In this video, I'm breaking out my Pits and Spits adjustable flat top grill. I'm going to show you a recipe that is perfect for 4th of July coming up. Stay tuned. Now, even though I've got some brand new shiny stainless steel grates on this Pits and Spits grill, I'm using this once again for convenience reasons, and I have here 4 pounds of chicken party wings, flats and drumettes. All right, so keeping my right hand nice and clean, I'm going to take my left hand, spread all these out. So it looks like it's going to hold these 4 pounds no problem. I have a couple of these trays. It just makes life easier. Instead of putting these on one at a time, you can dump them into here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a base layer using this PS Seasonings Team USA. This is some fantastic stuff. It's similar to a salt, pepper, garlic, or an SPG, but this has the addition of a little bit of onion and other spices. And so, like I said, it smells incredible. I've used this in the past, really good stuff. It's gonna be perfect for a base layer. But our sauce that we'll be putting together here in a little while, that's what's really gonna be packing the flavor in it as well. But you gotta actually put something right onto your chicken wings. Now, I did get the Pits and Spits fired up. It's running about 225, which means I want to start these kind of low and slow. I did a video on that about a year ago where I did some really low and slow chicken wings. And what that does is it really renders out a lot of that fat under the skin, and it ends up giving you a nice bite through on the skin. It's never rubbery, because we are going to be saucing this, which the sauce I'm making would normally turn skin back to rubber. But if you cook these low and slow and long enough, then it bites through like it's not even there. I'm going to turn all these over, get some seasoning on the other side, then we're going to get them on the pit. Before I put the meat on, I want to go ahead. I've got a couple pieces of cherry. I just want to throw back here on the fire, just like so. That should start smoking here momentarily. Let's go ahead and get our lid open. Well, let's just put these at the opposite end. We are cooking indirect. Fire's way over here. I'm running 225 right on the money. That's where it was before I opened the lid. And once I close the lid, it will find itself again. Should level out at 225. We'll add charcoal as needed. While this is cooking, I want to thank a few people for the car tags they sent. I want to thank Craig Hall for sending me this North Carolina plate. Derek's getting ready to rearrange out here again, so he's waiting to hang these. And a friend of mine from Iowa, that is Kent with Daddy Dutch Barbecue, sent me his Iowa plate. Y'all go over there and check Kent out. It's Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Last but not least, Daniel Harms sent me the Kansas plate right behind me. He did manage to get that one hung up. And this Eat Beef tag, I really like that. That's cool. Thank all of you guys, much appreciated. All right, so while we're letting that smoke and cook and get happy and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and put this sauce together. And being Firecracker chicken wings, we've got to have something hot in there. So I've got 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper going in to start it with. There was just a tad extra there. But with that said, you can always limit how much cayenne you want. I got 2 tablespoons plus just a tad. Now 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. 1 tablespoon of celery salt. Got 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. Now, if you use just regular table salt, you'll have to lower that down because it's a finer salt. 1 tablespoon of that will actually render you more salt. It doesn't hold as much air and create spaces like the kosher does. Let me just give all that a good mix. All right, now we got 2 tablespoons of molasses going in. Now, if you don't have molasses, you could use like a brown sugar or a turbinado sugar. Now I've got 1 full stick of butter. That is a salted butter. You could use unsalted, really doesn't matter. Right now we're going to pour in 1 cup. You can use vegetable oil or canola. This is canola. It was on sale, so that's what I grabbed. All right, we got our fire lit, kind of a medium low. We're just gonna bring this up slowly. And I tell you what, this promises to be literally fire. So that's basically it. Just melt everything in, continue to stir it, incorporate it, and that's all there is to that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give these a flip. We're reading about 150 internal. I want to bring these up to at least 185. Even 190 is not gonna hurt my feelings. And at some point, we're gonna go ahead and add more lump charcoal to this to really get the heat up and add that final color to it. But I just want them to continue to slow cook and just get nice and succulent and juicy. That's the way I like to do wings.
All right, we got them all flipped, and as y'all can probably notice, some of them stuck a little bit. I would just put you a little bit of Pam on the bottom of your trays when you get ready to do it. And I also want to make mention, this tray has got holes in it, so it allows smoke and more color on the bottom when you're heating. And you'll really notice it when we fire this heat up later, that the bottom will still char as if they was on a grate.
Right, exactly. All right, let's take a look. They sure look done. Let's see what we're reading here. 175, 176. Oh, they feel really tender. 178. These are almost 180, or at least that one is. Same thing on that one. All right, we're gonna pull these. They are done. I say it every week, you need yourself an instant read thermometer, just like chicken, poultry especially. You really need something to rely on to let you know when you're above that critical area there where you could possibly get sick or make somebody else sick. If you want to dial in a perfect steak, that's your friend right there. I use them on just about every cook. Sometimes it's not needed, but most of the time it is. And if you're looking for a good one at a real good price, then look at ThermoPro. I'll have a link in the description to all of their different thermometers, cooking thermometers, and I highly recommend this particular one, the Lightning. This is a 1 second or under thermometer, which means it can read in 1 second or under. It's extremely accurate, and right now you can get these at rock bottom prices. Check out the link. Ooh, boy, we dealing with some flies today. Summer is here. That's all right, we're gonna get through it. I'm just gonna spoon some of this off in this bag. Let's just give these a try, then I'll determine if I want to do the rest of these or not. Tell you what, it's got a really nice color. It's got that coating on there now. Whew. Here we go. Here goes nothing. They're still pretty hot too. I mean, look at that. Juicy, pulls right off. Well, my head is still on my shoulders and I can feel my face, so it didn't melt off. So no, it's not that hot. It's a hot wing. I mean, it's really good. To me, it's just the right amount of spice. By the time you put it on chicken, I tried some by itself and it was a little warm. But putting it on that chicken, just putting a coat of it on there, works fantastic. I hope you give it a try. I'm Russ Jones with Smoky Riz Barbecue.